Old Navy.
Alright guys, so it's finally here, the live action Winnie the Pooh movie that Disney has been trying to make for a while now, and of course it is Christopher Robin. I was very excited about this movie. I was very excited to see how they could adapt the source material, whether it's the original source material or the Disney version, you know, the one with the cartoon, the one that I actually grew up watching as a kid. But so I'm gonna give you guys my honest opinion on this movie. But of course, first off, let's move on to a little bit of the plot of this movie. So in Christopher Robin is now an adult. He has his own family and he's having a lot of stress because of his work and, you know, stuff like that. And well, one day, his old childhood friends, of course, Pooh, comes to somehow visit him. And while he's with Pooh and, you know, everyone else, which is Eeyore and Tigger and Piglet, he really starts to realize not just that, you know, not, he's just ignoring the fact that there's negatives in his life, but he's also going a little bit more towards the positive and, you know, his family and everything. And in this movie alone, it's just a very feel-good movie. It's the reliever of the summer because Christopher Robin is a really sweet movie. Christopher Robin is Disney's most heartfelt movie since, I want to say since Inside Out. Don't get me wrong, the recent Disney movies have been really good, but this is definitely their most heartfelt and emotional movie that they have made in quite a while. Or at least I think that, because I grew up watching the original, well, not the original source material, like the book of Winnie the Pooh, but the Disney cartoon version of Winnie the Pooh. I used to watch that as a kid, back when it was called Playhouse Disney. Now it's called Disney Junior. Back when it was called Playhouse Disney, I used to watch the Winnie the Pooh animated series a lot, the cartoon and the 3D animated one that they had, and I loved it, and I was all in for a live action Winnie the Pooh movie, but I just didn't know how it was going to work. And luckily, instead of just making a story with the younger Christopher Robin, they make a story within a more developed and adult Christopher Robin, which really works a lot for his character. It adds a lot more layers to his character, and it also adds a lot more layers to characters such as Pooh, because basically the whole thing in this movie is that Pooh hasn't seen Christopher Robin in over 30 years, and well, you know, times have changed ever since, and Christopher Robin has been through a lot. And then I think that they do a really good job at embracing that and showing that in this movie. Ewan McGregor does a really good job on, you know, selling this performance as the older, more adult Christopher Robin, whether it's the stressed out side of him, the family guy side of him. I thought he does a really good job on really embracing this character. And we do have Jim Cummings once again reprising his role as Pooh, which he did voice Pooh in the animated cartoon Winnie the Pooh cartoon. But he's the only returning voice actor from the cartoon. We do have different voice actors for, you know, Tigger, Eeyore, Rabbit, Owl, Piglet, and even with that, I think that all the new voice actors are really good. Like the guy who voices Tigger, you can't even tell that it's a different voice actor from the guy who voices Tigger in the original cartoon. And they did a really good job on handling this movie with the casting. And, you know, I gotta say, I'm really surprised with how those first few minutes of this movie were handled. They were not just emotional, but they were actually really dark for a Disney movie, and I was surprised. And but along as the movie started to unfold, the movie did become more of a family movie. It kind of felt almost like Paddington, the first Paddington movie, not Paddington 2, but it really did start feeling like that family movie that everybody came to watch, but at the same time still having all the emotion and the very good messages, which I thought that was handled very well here. And this movie is directed by, I forgot to tell you guys, this movie is directed by Mark Foster, who actually directed, the movie that comes to my mind that he directed was World War Z. And I just find it kind of impressive how he would go from a movie like World War Z to something a little bit more light, like Christopher Robin. And the writing in this movie, I actually thought was very good. It really does work. And I know I keep on using this word for this review, but it was emotional, of course. And the humor in this movie was really funny. It's funnier than what I would expect from a Disney movie, actually. And you know, my audience had energy watching this movie. It was at 9 p.m. and there was a lot of families and a lot of little kids, and they were all having a very good time laughing. And so was my dad. My dad doesn't like these type of movies, but he really had a good time watching this movie. And you know, this movie is just very funny because you know, we have a character like Pooh where he doesn't know whether someone is joking or not. And there are a lot of scenes in this movie that show that, where Christopher Robin is sort of kind of joking with him, and then Pooh, well, he doesn't know that he's joking. So it's just very cute, very funny. Overall, Christopher Robin, I really did really kind of love this movie. Really, my only complaint with this movie is that the way the movie wraps up is a little cheesy and a little rushed, but that's about it. And I just loved every second of this movie. I almost cried watching this movie, and I didn't cry, but I almost did cry because this movie was very emotional, and I'm very familiar and very connected with the animated Winnie the Pooh series from Disney. So I even say, if you know, this is a must watch for those of you guys who really connected with the Winnie the Pooh series or any type of Winnie the Pooh source material. I recommend this movie. I think this is a full price worthy movie, and I'm gonna give Christopher Robin an A. Christopher Robin is a movie that we really needed right now, and you know, it's a very heartfelt movie. It's a very feel-good movie. It's very cute. It's warm, cuddly, I guess you could say. It's a very good movie. You guys are gonna have a very good time with this movie, even if you're not that familiar with the source material. I still think you're gonna have a great time watching this movie. So yeah, definitely one of my favorite movies of this year. I'm just surprised that a lot of people aren't really enjoying this movie that much. But maybe I enjoyed it a lot because, again, I did grow up and I connected a lot to the animated Winnie the Pooh, and you know I compared it a lot to the Winnie the Pooh series, but it really does feel like they were ripping a lot of you know, all the same exact characters right onto this movie, and you know, Winnie the Pooh didn't lose any of its magic in this movie, so I thought that was very good. So yeah, have you guys seen Christopher Robin? If you guys seen it, what did you guys think about it? Tell me in the comment section down below. As always, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.